Hello everyone, this is Super Comic Girl. I'm back with another video. So I do videos multiple times a week, sometimes multiple times a day. And so, guess what? I'm finally getting around to doing a review of the first season, episode 1 of the Sandman. So, it's called The Sleep of the Just. So, first of all, I want to say that finding out that Netflix had already taken out their money was quite a surprise. I was really happy when I logged in on Netflix, and sure enough, I was able to access the episode, or the show. So, first of all, I want to say, with me, when I watch any kind of movie or television show or whatever, if I skip parts of a particular episode of a show, like say I skip a couple parts of the first episode of a show that I've never seen before or whatever, it generally tells me the show's not interesting to me. I'm not engaged in it. It's not something that I'm probably going to watch again. So yesterday I watched, or attempted to watch, the first episode of Superman and Lois. And I kept skipping parts of the program. I was like, I'm probably not going to watch the show again. So, that is going to be a show I definitely no, let me take that back. I definitely won't be watching again because it's just not interesting. He was interesting when he was paired up with Supergirl, but he's not interesting. So, as I said, the first episode is entitled Sleep of the Just. And this is basically the episode in which Dream is captured inside of a circle, and he's there for over 100 years. So they kind of lengthened the poor man's stay in the fish globe, which I thought was totally unfair. But hey, you know, he looked very sad in his little fish globe, especially when the guy's son killed his raven. I just felt really bad for him. So I have heard people say that the show is. I've heard a lot of people say the show is really good, and I decided, you know, if I go and pay my Netflix bill, I'm going to watch The Sandman, especially because I'm in quarantine and I am trying to find something to do. So in this episode, and I gotta warn everyone, there is going to be spoilers in this episode because, you know, I should start doing that more often. Warning, spoilers. So he's imprisoned in this globe, and basically nobody outside of the Order knows that the reason that people are falling asleep and not waking up is because they captured Dream. And I'm pretty sure nobody would have believed it. So, you got this kid, and I really felt bad for him, because of the fact that he will never, ever be, accepted by his father, which I thought sucked. Oh, okay, now. He will never be accepted by his father. His father preferred the older brother, and the older brother died in World War I. Now, during the time that Dream is locked away, he's very much aware of what is going on in the world. So he's not clueless about people being born. He's not clueless about them dying. He's not clueless about world events. He knows what's going on in the world. He knows the damage that is going on in the world. So he will not talk to anyone. He especially won't talk to the little boy, who's now a young man, because of the fact that, especially when the guy killed the Raven, his pet. His pet was trying to get him out of the globe, and unfortunately ended up getting killed. So he literally did not feel sorry for him because he had the option. So, and also the thing about it is that he also was absolutely terrified of his father. This man literally beat him in front of Dream, which is, I mean, like, wow, let's show one of the Endless what an asshole you are. And so you have this gardener, groundskeeper, who he falls in love with, and he introduces him to the inner circle's deep dark secret, and the guy is absolutely horrified. Like, you imprisoned a guy in a globe, and it actually turns out, which is really, really, I think, shows that his partner doesn't like what's going on, is he breaks the circle. So he had to have been told not to break it. He breaks the circle, and he looks at the circle that he's broken and looks at Morpheus and kind of like does this. You know, grunting like, you know, this is what I'm, you know, look, this is, I don't view this as being good and correct and humane, and so guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to get you freed. And so it happens. And so basically Morpheus gives the guy a gift, not the gardener, but the guy, basically endless sleep. He is never ever going to wake up ever again. So he goes back, he leaves, and he gets found by his librarian, and basically he discovers that the dreaming has basically decayed. So, yeah. So that was where it was left off at, was he discovers, he enters his realm and finds that his realm is basically decayed. Everybody has left, either looking for him or thinking that he has abandoned him. And, you know, his friend who has stayed behind, you know, she's so overjoyed to see her friend, her master, because, you know, she's kind of missed him, and he's back, and she's really happy about that. So, overall, oh, I forgot one more thing. That guy that's taking out people's eyeballs, that is creepy. I saw this poor guy, he's sitting there in a chair without eyes, and I'm thinking, oh my god, it's so gross. Oh, like, ew, like, ew, it's so gross. He's also the same guy who gave the Lord, the mage, the idea of put him in the fish globe to begin with. It's like, yeah, that'd be really awesome to do that. Because he didn't want to be captured by Morpheus. So, overall, I really did, and I am going to be as honest as anybody, I really loved the first episode of The Sandman. It really stayed true to, it stayed true to the first issue of Sandman, and it is a lot of fun to watch. I really had a blast watching this. I really hope there's going to be a second season and everything. I really felt bad for the Raven. I felt bad for the guy who, when he was younger, his father made it very clear that he could not stand him. And also it kind of was, how should I say it? little bit depraved. I'm not saying mega depraved, or maybe I shouldn't say depraved, but literally it's this woman gets pregnant by obviously the guy's father, and she's crying because her partner is telling her to go and get an abortion, and she doesn't want to have an abortion. So she gets back at him. She takes all his money and his little trinkets with her. Yeah, which... Okay, I thought that was fucking hilarious. Yeah, she took all his money, and the necklace, and the sand, and the helm. And did Dream feel sorry for him? No. That's why he didn't go after her. Because, well, first of all, by the time he got out, she was already dead. But no, he didn't go after her because he didn't feel sorry for him. But it was a blast. I just love that scene where she basically gets in the cab and drives away with all of his money. Like, hey, you want me to have an abortion that I don't want to have? Guess what? I'm taking all of your money to help raise my kid, because I'm definitely not going to get money from you. So, yeah. It was a blast, and I loved it. It was just so well. I mean, the actors were so good. They look like, they feel like that they have been acting for a long time. You know, it does kind of give you this lesson of that if you're an asshole, and you treat your younger kid like he's a nothing, he's going to definitely turn out very much different from you. Because he actually did want to release Dream from his cage. Because his stupid asshole father was gone. And, you know, he had a lot more humility than his father did. Because, hey, his father treated him like shit. And everything. But yeah. But I thought, you know, it was really sweet. You know, you had these two gentlemen who were from very different backgrounds that actually stayed together for a lot longer than most people do today. I hate to break it, but people don't stay together for a long time. I just thought it was nice that she had two guys who stayed together for a heck of a lot longer than people stay together today. But anyways, I also thought it was great that his partner broke the circle. I also noticed that his partner in the wheelchair didn't really look down. He just looked forward, like he knew what his partner was going to do, and he just didn't give a shit. Because he said in it, "I've never come down here again," meaning there's not going to be anything down here to see. So overall, I loved the episode. It was absolutely well done. Master through everything. And it just really feels like that the actors cared about the material. And you do not see that hardly at all in any kind of show or movie. You don't. You don't see people that actually care about making sure that they do a great job. It's more of like, you get up and you do this, blah, blah, and you get the scene done and you go on. These people actually, I felt like they cared about doing a good job and doing the job correctly and entertaining us. And it's great. I escaped to this world. And that's also something very, very rare. I mean, the opening scene was absolutely just gorgeous. I mean, absolutely breathtakingly gorgeous. And I really hope, like I said before, I really hope Netflix does a season 2, because there are 60 issues to go through. And yeah, I love it. I had a blast. It was so beautiful and so rare to have something that actually feels like art and beauty in motion. Just it's a beautiful episode, and so far I'm getting a very visually, a very visual, a visual treat for your senses. So I hope I made some sense. Alright, so I'm going to end it here. So if you like the video as much as I enjoy making them, hit a like button, hit the subscribe button, notification bell so you don't miss a single video. And yeah, so I will see you guys around. I am going to watch as much of the Sandman today, later on today, as possible, because I really am itching to continue and to watch his journey to getting what he is needing to get back. Though I'm going to tell you, I'm kind of apprehensive about the diner scene. I think I might skip that scene because I'm sorry, I'm just not a fan of a woman doing this. Oh, I'm sorry. But if I skip it, I will tell you guys I skipped it, just so I don't, like, oh, you know, that type of thing. So I'll see you guys around. Bye.